nation, this is second nature. All is automatic. You fools hurt. Jesus will.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 30 base. 80 weapons.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Out of the gun is Minshew. That'll be complete to Breida. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
At the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. Able to power through. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hill. Flush to his right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches it.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Intercepted by the
first quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Dobbins on the carry for Baltimore.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Hill.
31
The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
To Tariq.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. Fights off the defender. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
2nd and 8.
64, weak.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Minshew. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Give him 10 yards. On the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Hill now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And
that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Jaguars 7, Ravens 3.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Second and 8 coming up. Now Dobbins. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 38. That one a first down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down,
Back to throw. Hill eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the Jaguars' 37-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hill, he's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LRDs.
50 clear. Recon, 152 fighter.
Minshew sets to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Geno Atkins.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ball at the 23, second and 8. Here's Dobbins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the gun on third, Hill. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Hill. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone, and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Hill. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. A tackle by Quincy Williams.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
again, it's Cohen.
At the Jaguars' 48-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
The tackle made at the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. From the gun, here's Hill. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also give him a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run. This is Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Kamara again, the ball.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Rock it. Greystone, travel.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Minshew. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. 10 logo. 61, matchbox light.
36. Check. Wide, get wide. Quick edge. Come.
Yeah.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And the lead is up to 5.
That is good. Makes the score Jaguars 14, Ravens 9. Kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
3rd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Caught by number 11.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ravens 9.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. but how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
10 at the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Cohen. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
The ball carrier.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
3rd down.
Out of the gun, Hill. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. On first down, it's Hill. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They go back to the ground with Dobbins, and he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards, and it's 3rd down now. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. From the gun, Hill. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
They're really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12, Minshew out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Minshew. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
20! And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags 15. That one good for 33 and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He will push his way down to about the 14. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
At the 14.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a carry for Dobbins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Tucker on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Hill going down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this one up. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same.